Trucking company Yellow is plunging this morning after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, putting the nearly 100-year company out of business. 30,000 Americans are out of work. Your reaction to this one?
Yeah, this seemed to be a long time coming, a long, slow train wreck happening right in front of us. The unions and the company were unable to come to terms on some additional wage and benefit cuts. So as a result, Yellow Trucking has officially filed. I mean, the stock went absolutely nuts last week, which doesn't make any sense because, basically every single dollar of their assets at top dollar liquidated will just about cover their asset-backed loans to Apollo. And then there's other lenders after them, and then there's the U.S. government, which they still owe several $100 million from a pandemic-era loan after that. So the equity, there's no way the equity comes away with worth anything. This going forward actually happens at a good time for the trucking industry, where there's a lack of workers and an ability to absorb a lot of truck drivers, and companies like XPO Logistics are going to benefit greatly from this. That stock has more than doubled this year. So it's hard to extrapolate a larger economic story from what is, an individual company's, problems and issues. But this, 100-year-old company, lots of employees work there for 20 or 30 years. It's unfortunate to see something like this happen, but I think the silver lining is there's a lack of truckers right now and a lot of vacancies. So hopefully a lot of the line level employees will be able to backfill right into vacant jobs.
Mitch, I want to hit on a point there that Mike brought up, which is this notion of where there's strength in this market as we move forward. Technology, AI have been driving things right now. If you're an investor and you're looking at the second half of the year, you sort of see these big moves in companies like NVIDIA and whatnot. Do you feel like it's a little too late to get in the game? At the same time, if you say that this is only the first inning of AI, then if your time horizon is longer, maybe it still is. It's tough to get in after you've seen the stocks run so much.
I'm old enough to remember when any company had .com after its name,
exactly.
People were buying them.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like AI is the new .com, that if there's something about AI in the business strategy, then, oh my God, we got to get in on the ground floor of this thing. So I think it's become sort of a crowded trade. There's certainly going to become like real companies that are making a difference in the space. But just because you're using artificial intelligence in your business doesn't mean that your company should benefit from some valuation boost just because you're using artificial intelligence. That's
a good point. Mike, your thoughts on AI?
Yeah, look, I think the top players, there's a reason why NVIDIA stock has gone through the moon. It's had the largest guidance raise in the history of the overall market. One stock that I don't think that's talked about enough is ASML. They're a Dutch manufacturer of EUV lithography machines. These machines go for about $200 million a pop, and it is almost impossible to make the high-end chips like a NVIDIA can't make it without these machines. I think this AI trend, Dan Ives has called it a 1995 internet moment or a 2007 iPhone moment. This is a trend that is not going away. Accenture is hiring an additional 40,000 employees for AI adoption in addition to the 40,000 they had. There is something to this trend. How it's going to play out as an investor, yes, NVIDIA is extraordinarily expensive stock. It'll be interesting to see what they say the next time they come out with earnings. But we are in the beginning stages. It is not going away, and some of these companies are going to be, the next Apple, the next Google, and whatnot.
I like you bringing up that company because sometimes it's not the most obvious plays that you want to get in on that everybody is following. But it's the related, it's the pin action. Michael Lee, thank you so much. Mitch, you're going to stick with us all morning long. Thank you, guys.